It's your brother Bakar Kai coming with another count through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Before I get started, I'm gonna give all praise and the glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that preach the truth sincerely across the four corners of the earth. This is another camp, Lord, one is be edifying. I'm out here prophesying the downfall and the destruction of Babylon the Great, and Lord willing, this be edifying. I'm gonna just get straight in the scripture. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse because this is a chapter that go into the kingdoms. I want to see where I'm gonna start at real quick. All right, yeah, I'm gonna start at verse 31. All right, because basically Nebuchadnezzar, he had a dream of a statue, you know, and the pieces of the statue, it represented the different kingdoms that was gonna rule on the planet Earth, you know, and this king, and I'm gonna just get into it, just so you get the backstory. Basically, he couldn't interpret the dream, and nobody could interpret the dream of what everything represented, you know. This is Daniel 2 and 31. It say, "Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible." And it say, the image's head was of fine gold, and his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron, and part of clay. Thou sawest still that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. So there you go. You know, it was a statue, and this is what the statue looked like. The head was of a head of gold. The breast and arms was of silver. The belly was of brass. The legs was of iron. Feet was of iron and mixed with clay. You know, and this statue piece, the pieces of the statue, the statue that was the different pieces of the statue represented, you know, the different kingdoms that was going to take place on the earth. You know, and that stone represents Yahweh Shah. You know, because when Yahweh Shah comes back, he's going to break all these kingdoms, man, and he's going to pull this devil out of rulership. You know, and that's the time that we're in now. Well, I'm gonna keep reading and go into it. You know, this is damn, I was just thinking about something. Salakia. Verse 34, it say, "Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. And that great mountain is the great kingdom, because that's what's about to take place, man. The kingdom of heaven, you know, the kingdom of heaven is about to take place on the planet Earth. You know, it's not going to be um in the sky like these wacky tacky Christians teach, man. That the kingdom is going to be in the sky, and you know we're gonna be floating around and shit. No, the kingdom of heaven is going to be a kingdom of rulership on earth. And just to back that up, I'm gonna grab this real quick. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Right, and that word new goes into the Greek word kainos, which means to refresh, you know. So when they say a new heaven and new earth, it's talking about a new rulership, you know, a new authority, you know. It's a and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. So right, so there you go. It say, he saw a new city, which is the elect. You know, because the elect is going to get beamed up on the chariots once Yahweh Shah comes back, and once he destroyed this place. Then after that, they're gonna come down from off the chariots, you know. Hey, because I was speaking on that the other day on the lesson about how New Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, man. You know, so it's not talking about a physical city, you know, coming down from the sky and go land on the earth. It's talking about the people, the elect, the 1/3, the 144,000 in that multitude, which no man can number. You know, it's a but yeah, that's pretty much shit on that. I'm about to go back to Daniel chapter 2. But yeah, this is Daniel chapter 2, verse 36. It say, this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven have given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. You know, and then this is Daniel talking to Nebuchadnezzar. You know, it say and whereas the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven have given into thy hand, have he given into thy hand, and have made thee ruler over all. Thou art this head of gold. So the head of gold that was on the statue, that's who represented. It represented Nebuchadnezzar. You know, it say, and after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. Right, so he said after that kingdom, it was going to be another kingdom that's going to take place, and that's what the brass represents. And that kingdom it was what? That was the Median Persian Empire, because that's who took down the Babylonian Empire, the Neo-Babylonian Empire. It was the Median Persian Empire by the hand of Darius the Mede. You know, through Darius the Mede, that kingdom, the Babylonian Empire kingdom, failed. You know, so that's how it was inferior to me, because they was gonna take the Babylonian Empire over, man, conquer. You know, Hey, this is a thing that the Lord always did throughout history, man. He had one kingdom rule, he brought that kingdom down, and he had another kingdom rise up. You know, matter of fact, I'm gonna grab this real quick. This is the book of this is the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 17. It say, "For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion." So there you go. You know, through the Lord putting the spirit on these different nations to conquer on the other nations on earth. The Lord, hey, he 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 used who he used to rule over the earth. But at the end of the day, Israel is the Lord's portion. So Israel, the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indian descent, they're going to be the last ones. That's who the Lord is going to choose to rule over His righteous kingdom. So that right there show you that we're not in that time yet where the Lord's people is ruling over the earth, because it's not righteousness being established. It's wickedness being established, man. You know? So, I'm going to go back to this Daniel. This is Daniel chapter 2. Verse 40. It say, "In the fourth kingdom, oh, Salakia, I had skipped the part. I'm gonna bring verse 39 back just to clear it up. This is Daniel 2 and 39. "After thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee," talking about the Median Persian. Then it said, in another third kingdom of brass," and that's talking about the Greek Empire. If I mix that up, Salakia, that was just a mix up. Um, I read past that verse without even breaking it. That part of the verse without breaking it down. But yeah, another third kingdom of brass, that's going into the Greek Empire. You know, and the kingdom of silver, that's going into the Median Persian Empire. Just to clear that up for the camera's sake, it say which shall bear rule over all the earth. Okay, cool. So yeah, and that's what happened when the Greek Empire came into play. They accomplished something called ruling over the known world in that time period. You know, they ruled over the whole entire known world, which was over there on the east side of the earth. You know, the Middle East, Europe, Africa, Asia. You know, all those continents over there on the east. You know, because over here on the west, it was a conquering. You know, it was the Northern Kingdom. The 10 tribes was already over here in this time period, but Esau, or not just Esau, no nation was coming over here conquering the land. It was just the Northern Kingdom over here. You know, the so-called Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Dominicans, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, etc. You know, they were over here on this side of the world, while everybody else was on the east side of the world. You know, so that's what it mean by um, um, where I was at. Oh, which shall bear rule over all the earth. You know, the Greek Empire established that. But next verse 40, it say, "And the fourth kingdoms shall be strong as iron, For as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall break it in shall break in pieces and bruise. So right there it go. So the fourth kingdom is talking about the Roman Empire. You know, that was that kingdom of iron. You know, and that kingdom, you know how the tactic they use to get in power and to conquer is called divide and conquer. You know, they took over the Greek Empire. Then the Roman Empire became the next top ruling government, the next top ruling kingdom, which were Edomites too. The so-called Greeks, they were Edomites because their biblical nationation is Esau, Edom, and the so-called Romans was Edomites. They just had a different title. You know, they was calling themselves um, other nations' nationalities because they stole. You know, Greeks and Romans was of the seed of Japhet originally. Then they took over Japhet shit and took their identity and stole their customs, man. Cause that's what this devil do. He don't do nothing original. Everything he do is it was somebody else's um 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 culture. You know, it was somebody else's heritage, man. You know, it's a whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of the potter's clay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. So the feet that was part iron and part clay, that goes into this place here in America, man. And this is um a off brand, you know, a stem a broken off version of the Roman Empire. This is the Roman Empire reincarnated. America came out of the Roman Empire. That's why everything, how this whole government system is set up, it's the same way the Roman Empire was set up. With ceramics worship, the Senate, you know, the plebeians and patricians, which is the Democrat and the Republic today. You know, all their laws, the Constitution. This is the same laws and ways that the Roman Empire once pushed. And also too, even just the architecture of the buildings, man. You know, but see, it's even weaker than it is now than it was then. And you can notice that about the statue, the different elements um that represented the different kingdoms. They got weaker and weaker once it got to the bottom, because this is the last kingdom. You know, so this is the weakest kingdom, and all these stronger great kingdoms that came before this kingdom was established, those fell. So how much more for the weakest kingdom? This place gonna fall, man. You know, and it's gonna fall by the hand of Yahweh Shah. You know, cause see, you got all these other nations. Cause I want to expound on this war that's going on a little bit too. But you got all these other nations. You know, they fighting for the next rulership. They think they gonna get it. China. You know, China think they the next country to rule. Russia think they the next country to rule. You know, Iran. You know, but the next country to rule is the true nation of Israel, man. Not them fucking rat heads that's in the land right now, but the biblical um Israelites, man. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indian descent, what the world do not expect to rule. You know, they expect America to continue. You know, but verse 42. It say, I don't know if I read this. I'm gonna just read it again if I did. Let me let this firefighter go past. Okay, they don't got the siren zone today. That's surprising. But anyway, it say, and the fourth kingdom shall be as iron. I'm gonna just bring 40 back. It say, the fourth kingdom shall be as iron, strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron breaketh all things, shall it break in pieces and bruise. It say, whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with mire clay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. You know, and that just go into how weak this kingdom is, man. You know, it's no type of stability in this place, spiritually, mentally, or physically. Man. This place is bugged the fuck out. Shit, my prime example, nigga riding down the street in a flat tire, man. That's bugged out within itself, man. But look, we gonna keep going and say, and whereas thou sawest iron, no. Oh yeah, it said, whereas thou sawest iron mixed with mire clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. So right, and how this place mingle themselves in the seed of men, mingle themselves with the seed of men. This place is in they got the military base in every other fucking land instead of this land. The military base. They it talk about in Habakkuk chapter 2. I could grab it real quick. How this man never keepeth at home. He had everybody else shit, you know. Instead of worrying about his own kingdom, man. You know. And all these other and this is the because the Roman Empire did it too. I think actually it was a couple kingdoms that did it, but you know, bringing all nations together and shit. That's just something that's something that's done pushed heavily in this place. But hold on, look, I'm gonna grab this and Habakkuk chapter 2. Verse 5, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So right, there you go. He's in everybody else's land except himself, man. And songs about how he spread up himself like a green bay tree, you know. And all he do when he is in these other places, all he do is bring forth death, blowing people's shit up, invading people's land, trying to dictate how they should rule they country, you know, stealing their oil and. No, it say, shall not all these take up a proverb, take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Right, he's in debt with every nation. Hold on for 1 second. So like, yeah, I had to take that. But it say, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, saying, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? Right, woe means death to indefinite destruction. Cause this devil Esau Edom, he increasing things that don't belong to him. Like I said earlier, he literally took over a whole nation and stole their identity, man. Started calling himself Greek and Romans and stuff, man. God, that was a whole nother nation identity. Shit, he did that to the nation of Israel. He put us in captivity on them ships scattered us, then went in the land talking about he the Jews. You know, knowing damn well he came from the Caucasus Mountains, man. You know? But this is the ways of the devil, man. That's why I was to say this. I'm gonna grab this real quick and we'll go back to this. This is John chapter 10, verse 10. It say, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Right? So the thief cometh not, man, but to kill, steal, and destroy. And that's what he do. Every time he go into a land, another country, that's what he do. He steal, kill, and destroy, man. Because he's the devil, man. He don't bring life. You see how I just said on the next part how Yahushua, he comes to bring forth the life. But the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Then you go back to Habakkuk 2 and talk about that his has death. Because that's what he brings, man. You know, and that's why he has to be taken out of rulership, man. But this was all already prophesied since the beginning that this was going to happen. That he was going to have this wicked ass kingdom and it was going to go down with a great fall, man, before the righteous kingdom is established, man. And that's balance, man. That's what the Lord deals with, you know. Yeah, that was pretty much it on Habakkuk. And the thick clay goes into depth, you know, because this man is in depth with everybody, with every nation, that he can't pay off. But let me go back to Daniel. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 45. It says, for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold. And that stone goes into Yahweh Shah. I skipped the verse. I meant to read verse 44. It say, and in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So there you go, man. It said in the days of these kings. So while these other nations is in rulership, which is going on right now, that's when Yahweh Shah is going to come back and take them out of power. You know, and before he do that, he's going to do what? He's going to set up his righteous kingdom. What's he's doing now? By what? The elect coming back together, the elect waking up back to the truth. You know, that the Israelites and the prophets out here teaching, man. Like it says, set a mark upon the man that sigh and that cry for all abominations that be done the minister of, man. You know? It say, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Right. So after the Lord is to establish His kingdom, which is the kingdom of heaven is gonna the kingdom is gonna be established once this place fall, man. You know, after this place fall and get destroyed, that's when the kingdom of heaven is gonna be established, man. And it's gonna be no nation that's gonna be able to take down that kingdom, like the scriptures say, man. You know, it say, but it shall stand forever. So through Yahweh Shah, that's how we will reign forever, man. That's why Yahweh Shah is perfect. I mean, yes, he's perfect, but that's why he is important, man, and he's honored to be worshipped. You know, it's a for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great Most High have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof short. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Daniel gave King Nebuchadnezzar the interpretation of the dream that's going to come to pass, man, or that's been coming to pass, but the rest of the dream hasn't come to pass yet. Which is what this kingdom being taken down, and the kingdom of heaven being established forever. That's the only thing that's left. You know. I'm gonna grab this real quick. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 62, verse 6. It said, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. He that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent. So there you go. He set up watchmen. You know, he set up prophets to warn the people. You know, to prophesy. You know, to be occupied in the prophecies. You know, and to prophesy against this place, man. You know, and cry out to the Lord and set thy face against this wicked ass place, man. You know, it say, and they gonna hold their peace day or night. Like I said, they're not gonna hold their peace day or night. They're going to speak, like Paul said, I believe, therefore I shall speak. You know, so that's why we come out here, because it's first and foremost, it's the Spirit of the Lord that's on us to come out here and do this thing, man. And we want this place to get destroyed too, man. You know, that's why I give the Lord ear no rest. You know, every day you're supposed to be waking up hoping that this place gets destroyed, man. Because it's gonna get destroyed, but we just want it to come quicker. And it is coming quickly, man. That's why Revelation, the Lord said what? Throughout the whole Revelation, he said, behold, I come quickly, man. You know? I think that's the brother Page. You know? But it say verse 7, to give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So there you go, man. So the prophets is gonna be on the scene, crying out to the Lord, to Jerusalem is a praise on the earth. And that's gonna take place when this place gets destroyed and the kingdom of heaven is established. That's when Jerusalem is gonna be a praise in the earth, man. You know? That was it on that. But now I want to jump into this, man. This Joel. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. It say, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, Right, and the Gentiles in this verse is talking about actual Gentiles, heathen nations, man. Cause that's what's going on right now. You got these heathen nations, you know, and the main one that's hot right now is this shit with Iran and Israel. That's the main hot topic with the contention with these different nations, man. But Yahweh Shah said that was gonna happen. Nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, you know. So that this is prophecy coming to pass, but nothing really died down with the contention between these different countries, man. Just because you don't hear about it in the news, that don't mean it didn't die down. You know, because you might watch the news, and with this Iran shit, this shit been going on for months, been getting talked about for months, and it's a whole, it's like it's been like a ceasefire in Israel for like 10 days, you know. But what I was gonna say is, you know, throughout the years, though, you'll hear, oh, Russia shot a missile on this, or Kim Jong Un said this and that, and you probably may not hear about it for a while. But hey, the reason why is because at the end of the day, certain things gotta happen first, and it still ain't, it never died down, you know, because hey, Esau, he tried to hide news, man. That's why he got rid of the one app, RT News. You know, I think it's still a hold on. Let me see if it's still a YouTube still. But if I'm not mistaken, he got rid of the app because what Esau he trying to do is he trying to upset prophecy. Yeah, it's like, I guess it's still a thing, but I don't, it's kind of, it say RTE News. Maybe that's the new one now. I don't know, but point is, um, Esau, he don't really talk about every single thing that's going on because he's trying to keep the people blinded, man. You know, and he's trying to upset and reverse prophecy, you know, and let people just stay in darkness. But we as watchmen, we know what the fuck is going on, man. We know that this place about to get destroyed, and we know the stuff with these other nations ain't dying down. That's why I keep being brought up. You know, Kim Jong Un, he ain't stopped testing missiles. Russia ain't stopped testing these countries testing missiles down there every fucking day. You know, that's why Apostle so hard. He said all the time. We just did a whole lesson called "If you miss one day, you miss a lot," because there's a lot that's literally going on, man. Because this is major prophecy we're talking about. This is a worldwide event that's about to take place, man. So of course it got to be a lot going on. Of course it has to be intense, man. You know, ain't shit dying down, man. Hey, that's a video topic right there. Ain't shit dying down, or ain't nothing dying down, however you want to word it. You know, but this place, America, will be destroyed. And we just read about it in Daniel that it's gonna be destroyed by Yahweh Shah. Because matter of fact, that's why I'm about to keep reading this, man. This is Joel 3:9. It say, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up." So there you go, and that's what's going on right now. You got these different nations, they're preparing for war. That's why they keep talking about a draft. That's why you know, you keep hearing about this and then, like, it's a whole thing. America, they trying to come up with a peace treaty and shit, man, with Iran. That's how intense this shit get, bro. You got little ass Iran, got big bad ass America in the corner, man, in a fucking corner. That's like a strongest bully. He been beating everybody ass, and here comes some little nigga. He got him cornered, man. Big nigga got tired and shit, you know. But hey, this is what's going on, man. You know, because these nations, they're tired of this place. I remember I was with a brother, we was at the phone store. You had the whole, I think the dude was from Palestine, his family was from Palestine or whatever. But he was saying, hey, cause he was talking shit about America, about how these devils is running things, man. But it ain't just Palestine; it's all these nations, man. America, see, America is just that's why it's compared to a whore. The only thing is left and good for is uh is um 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 to get money out of this place, resource. And even with that, it's not even good for that no more, man. You wanna know why? Because the dollar is crashing too. So that's a whole nother thing. You know? This place is fucking finished. Cause you gotta remember, it Daniel, it literally said that this was the kingdom that was mixed with iron and clay. You know, a weak material mixed with a weak material, man. Clay. You know, Meyer clay. You know, compared to gold, that's a weak ass material, man. You know, so it all this kingdom was already a weak kingdom to begin with. But the fact that it's crumbling apart, that just make it even worse. But better for us, though, man. We rejoice when we see these things, man, because we know the end all be all. These people don't. It say so like verse 10, it say beat your plowshares into beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So there it goes. It said, let the weak say, I am strong. And how was that? These other smaller countries that once didn't have missile defense systems and didn't have these other nations on their side, they have it now. They had a resource where they could go to war themselves now. You know, it ain't all about it ain't this ain't like back then where it was just America just had the best military base and missile defense system and you know everybody gotta come to America for shit. No, man, these countries got their own shit now, man. So where they're confident enough to no, we gonna blow that bitch up, you know. And you got American allies that don't want nothing to dealings with this, man. And they over there, on that side of the world, man. You know? Because this is the part of prophecy, man. This devil grand kingdom coming to an end. It say, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. So right, there it go. So that's what's going on now. The heathen is preparing for war right now. It's a war going on, and it's going to increase to the greater war, which is World War III. You know, this is all the build up to it, man. You know, because hey, that's how it was in the ancient Roman Empire. The dollar was weak, you know, and then what? That kingdom fell, man. The dollar is weak in this kingdom. And part of the reason why, because they putting all the money into the fucking war. You know? But let me keep reading on here, because it's a little bit more on here. It say, let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So there it goes. It said, there will the Lord judge the heathen. In the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in the Middle East, in the Levant, where they're preparing for war at now. This is not a coincidence, man. They're literally preparing for war in a place where the Lord said He's going to judge all the heathen. Because hey, the Lord is making them do that so He can judge them. Scripture say what? That the deceived and the deceiver are both His, man. You know, it say put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come and get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Uh-huh. Multitudes. Right. So yeah, the harvest is representing the people, man. You know, that the Lord is about to judge, man. It said the fat overflow for the wickedness is great. You know, the Lord's going to bring all these nations together so He can judge them there. Including two-thirds of you niggas too. Y'all gonna be in the valley of Jehoshaphat too, being blown to smithereens, man. You know, all you jakes that's gonna be drafted into the military, you ain't coming back here, man. Once you get drafted over there, you're not coming back. It was good while it lasted. Keisha, whoever get drafted, you alphabets. Well, they said they took them out the war, but hey, whoever the Lord got or took them out the military, that's what Trump claimed. But whoever gets drafted over there, it's a wrap. You're sealed for and see, this is another thing too. You gonna have the tiny tech inside of you too, man. So you gonna get drafted and you gonna get the tiny tech over there. They gonna make you get it. They go, hey, all right, look, before we go to war, you're required to take this device. You know, this electronic device. Cause that gotta come to pass too. That's the main thing that has to come to pass before this place gets destroyed. That tiny tech being mandatory, man. That they're gonna enforce throughout the whole earth. They gonna try to get everybody to take it. You know? But they're gonna enforce it. It's gonna be law. You know, if you don't take it, you die. You know? Those are the times that we coming into, man. You know? It say, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. So, yeah, that was pretty much it on that. I'm gonna grab this, man, because we talked about the harvest. Oh, because see, that's the thing. Cause see, this is perfect lining. Because see, the thing is this: when all these nations, because I'm trying to match it with the Daniel 2. Because see, once these nations come together and fight against each other, like it said, Yahweh Shah, He's going to intervene, you know, and slaughter all these nations over there. That's going to be fighting in the Middle East. They come over here and slaughter all the people over here, you know. Hold on, my phone a little wet. Bear with me real quick while I grab this. This is Isaiah chapter 63. And you compare this up with, I'm thinking about 2nd Ezra 13. That's a good one too. You know, that's a perfect lineup. But I wanted to get this Isaiah 63. And 1, it says, who is this that coming from Edom, who dyed garments from Basra? Somebody said, who is this that coming from Edom, man? Esau of Edom's kingdom. And who is this? Is talking about Yahweh Shah. Because he's going to destroy this place and do a great slaughter. That's why I said, with dyed garments from Basra. Because Basra was a main landmark, a main city in the ancient land of Edom. But the modern day main city for Edom is what? America. You know? It's a, this is the white man's top kingdom, like he portrayed it to be. So now, see, you gotta see, Brad, you gotta own this shit, man. Because at the end of the day, you want to portray that this is the best kingdom, the top big bad kingdom. Then when we go correlated with the scriptures, now you don't want to claim. No, you gotta stand on your what? You gotta stand on this your shit. You gotta rep your shit, man. You gotta own it. You have to stand on that, man. You want to boast and brag about your kingdom. So when your kingdom get called out through the scriptures, how is the most proudest kingdom is gonna have a fall? Oh, now it's in denial time, man. But that's just how Brad fucking move, man. If he takes these Edomites, they take no fucking accountability for shit they do, man. You know, they don't like confrontation. They're scared of confrontation and they're scared of accountability. That's just how proud they is, and that's how the Lord can destroy these fucking devils, man. You know, it say this, that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. And he's going to save who? He's going to save the elect, that new Jerusalem that's coming from heaven. The people that the elect, the same ones he's using to set up his kingdom. You know, that's who the Lord is going to save, man. You know, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Indian descent, those who come from the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whether you look like the other nations or not. If you're an Israelite and you're part of the elect, this is who your Savior going to be. The same one who's going to destroy this place, man. It say, wherefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. It say, I have trodden the wine press alone. Right, so the Lord, he's gonna bring a great slaughter, man, by himself. You know, that's why he said he have trying to wine press along. Cause see, the wine fat, the wine press, it represents the people, man, but it represents the bloodshed that he's going to do to the people, give to the people, man. And this is part of the Lord's getting his vengeance. That's why we're waiting patiently. This is what we're waiting for. This is what we signed and crying. So this can take place. See, that's the thing. These heathens, they think that this war is going to lead to their kingdom prospering and life continue the way they want. No, man. The Lord's not doing that. That's why he's setting up a kingdom now. He's setting up his righteous kingdom now. So when he comes back, he's going to enforce his kingdom, man. While y'all fighting at each other in war, you know, the Lord's going to intervene in this, man. You know? And you want to bow down or get slaughtered, man. You know? It say, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. So there you go, man. It say that the Lord is going to tread the wine press along, and he's going to tread them in his anger, in his fury, in his vengeance, man. Hella bloodshed. He's not going to physically, you know, because you had IUIC, they made that janky ass video about it had like Yahweh Shah come down on the earth. First of all, he's not touching the ground. That's not scriptural at all. But they had him come down on the earth, and he had like fucking rips on his armor outfit and shit. You know, he puffing and puffing like he You know, he had blood stains on him. Like, no, man, Yahweh Shah not coming like that. That's that. What they had was not in the scriptures. This scripture cut that. Well, if you know the right interpretation of it, but that's not in the scripture. That was a fucking sci-fi clip they made. You know, because when the Lord comes back, he's not gonna get physically dirty by blood. This is all figuratively. But it is gonna be a lot of blood shed though, by the way of the chariots, fire from the chariots, and by the way of the missiles, man. Definitely gonna be a lot of bloodshed, but it's not gonna be him physically getting dirty, man. You know. But let me read the next verse. It say, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. So there you go. It said the day of vengeance is in my heart. You know, and the year of my redeem is come. You know? So the Lord, this is on his mind constantly. He's itching about it. You know? He can't wait for this moment, man. This is Yahweh Shah. We talking about the Son of the Most High. Like that shit was not necessary. But anyway, we talking about the Son of the Most High, man. He's angry at this place, man. That's why he said, he's gonna do these things in his fury and in his anger, man. This is something that's on his mind non-stop. He's constantly thinking about it. Itching, you know, he's just waiting, but he's just following the order. He's just waiting for his father to give him a go. Because this is not on Yahweh Shah time. This is on the Most High's time. And this is the Most High's movie. The Most High wrote this script, man. You know? But Yahweh Shah, he's the main character in the movie. He's the starring character, man. You know? And it said the year of my redeemer is come, because he's going to deliver and save his elect in the midst of all these things that's about to take place, man. You know? And we just patiently waiting. I'm gonna grab this. This is Isaiah chapter 47. Verse 3, it say, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yet thy shame shall be seen. Talking about this devil's kingdom, America. It say, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So there you go. He said he's going to take vengeance, and he would not meet thee as a man. You know? He would not meet thee how he came when he was on the earth about 2,000 years ago in the flesh. He's not coming like that in a mortal flesh. No, he's coming in an immortal flesh, an angelic body, internal body, not a weak ass body that we're in today. Like, no, the Lord's not coming like that, man. You know? It say as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. So there you go. It said, as for our Redeemer, man. You know? So that's who's gonna, so he's gonna come back in an angelic body to take vengeance upon the wicked and to save the righteous, the elect. You know? So yeah, man. That was pretty much it, man. Lord Woodard was edifying. With that, I'm gonna close out, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Haganah. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, goodwill, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, man. We almost out of here, man. With that, Kwame Sharala and Abba.